ちょっとサーモンピンクの
all this stuff to get this black wall and then to bring everything back in place. I'm already starving and I'm so happy that I pre-cooked a big portion of lentil. It turned out so good.
So I have started using a journal more just to like jot down ideas. I also got a planner just to like keep myself organized. And I find there is something just like the art of writing things down and how therapeutic that is in a way versus like constantly typing on a phone. So that's another thing is like always make sure I have like a journal handy and I bring this with me if I go out and about. And the last thing that is very important on a phone-free day is hobbies. So whether that is watercolor or knitting or simply just like a color book or a sketchbook, a notepad, anything like that that just kind of like gives you an opportunity to work with your hands versus constantly being distracted by a screen is so great for phone free days because you will find that you will get bored pretty easy. It is so easy for us to just pick up our phone